Hello and welcome back to another episode of Digesting Dewitte, also known as Code 998 Cam. That is our new name, our new moniker, Code 998 Cam. I have several requests out for body camera footage, so those will be coming soon. They're going to be unique ones you haven't seen before. We will not be copying other people's channels, their videos, or critiquing them. We're going to be doing our own thing here. So I think it's going to be rather fun. You're going to see some stuff from some different regions of the country. But I just wanted to bring you up to date on Jeremy Dewitte. He is still in prison, surprisingly enough. He has over 5 pages of a rap sheet here for Orange County. So I just wanted to go through, because I haven't gone through it myself. So this is going to be a learning experience for both of us. And let's start off with the latest one, which happens to be a pending case, Yellow Cab Company of Orlando, LLC versus Jeremy Dewitte. And that one is right here. So let's see what we got here. I'm trying to see. All right, so here. So what happened here was... Let's see here. I'm trying to read through everything here quickly. I did not read through everything here, just to kind of give you guys a little bit longer video on Jeremy, because there's not that many Jeremy videos going around right now. I think it's until PT comes back up and running. I don't know if he's back up and running. Just myself and Fraudy. So I know you guys are dying for some Jeremy Dewitte information. So let's see here. Obviously, he's had the violation of probation handed down to him by Judge Wayne Wooten. And that was, so he has a hearing on 123 and 126, which is interesting. So we're going to go through 1216's initial court appearance, which we could open up here. And it says, in the Circuit Court for the 9th Judicial... the above defendant, Dimwit, is committed to the custody of the sheriffs of Osceola County, Florida, upon the charges made in the complaint. So let's see what we got there. Order for a probable cause determination. There is probable cause to believe the defendant has committed the crimes charged in the complaint warrant. This cause having come before the court. So this is just a... This is just your basic order of commitment form, saying that he's going to be remanded for the charge of falsely impersonating an officer and violating his probation. So we're going to go back here. We could go to the court minutes for this and check this out as well. Actually, let's start way back here at 12-7 for the violation of probation warrant. I believe PT may have done this already, but we're going to go through it already. So Judge James Wesley Woods Jr. has made oath that one Jeremy Charles Dewitte, hereinafter were referred to as the offender, because that's the perfect moniker for him, was placed on probation in accordance with the provisions of Chapter 948 Florida statute as follows. For the offenses of two counts, falsely impersonating police officer. I don't know why they word it falsely impersonating officer. My belief, in other states too, falsely impersonating a peace officer. Sentence date was 9/17/2021, which he had served in Orange County. There's a case number. Supervision length was 4 years. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in most states, I believe Florida is one of them, if you get in trouble while you're on probation, and it's serious enough, which I believe it is, because I believe the rumors that I heard was he was held up in his house and would not come out of his house. So, yeah, I believe he's going to get this full 4 years here. I believe he's going to get prison for 4 years. And again, he is habitual failure to comply with registration for the actual, say, offender A. So there's that. and that the offender has not properly conducted himself but has violated the conditions of his probation, which we all expected. Violation of special condition of the order of probation by failing to comply with all instructions and to the court or as grounds for belief. My mind is getting ahead of me here, sorry. For the belief that the offender violated his probation, Officer James Woods. That's his probation officer, Officer James Woods. I would love to speak with him on this case, but I don't know how much information he'd be able to give me. States that on 9/21/22, the offender was instructed to permanently close/delete official Metro State YouTube channel and provide proof to probation within 60 days of release of these closures, and the offender did fail to carry out the instruction as of 11/17/2022. Therefore, a warrant has been issued for his arrest, 22 November 2022. Now, let me tell you one thing. And Jeremy's picture, he looks all black there with a little white shirt and a tag there. That picture came out horrible when they copied when they copied the original copy. And here we go with his AKAs: Brett Solomon, Jay Dewitte, Jeremy Omar, Charles Dewitte. He uses his mother's maiden name of Vote, which is also his brother's name, Jeremy C. Dewitte, Jeremy C. Dewitte, Jeremy Dewitte. And I'm sure he's got several others. Born 2/10/80, year before me. Let's see here. 5'11", 185 pounds, red hair. Let's see here. Current last known address was the 2404 Court Terrace. No home phone, cell phone, which I'm sure is off right now. Don't call it. This is public record, so anybody could get the phone number. So I'm not afraid. It's not doxing when anybody could go on the Orange County myclerk.myorangeclerk.com. Employer name, phone, unemployed, so he is unemployed. Place of birth, Port Richey. Vehicle info, none. History of violence, yes. Prior resisting arrest, no. I thought he did get a resisting arrest without violence. Prior use of possession of a weapon, no. Well, there's a technicality there, because a pepper ball gun in some states is illegal, I believe. I don't know if it's legal in all 50 states, but I know felons cannot have anything that shoots a projectile that can incapacitate somebody, which a pepper ball gun could do. I went out and I bought one. I bought a Byrna. So it's a little bit different than his. Mine's all black as well, but it totally does not look like a Glock. Nor do I really carry it, and it was one of those purchases that I wish I didn't purchase, because I think it was like $3.49, and then I bought extra. The pepper balls were like $29 for 5 or something like that, or $30 for 5. I bought 2 of those. So I don't know. Maybe selling that in the future, but well, that's a story for another date. It was just an impulse buy and or a bad one, but whatever. So yeah, so there's that one there. So that's why. Let's see what happened in the initial appearance. That's the one we just went through. The real meat and potatoes is going to come on the 23rd and the 26th. I don't know why there's 2 hearing dates. I believe because the one is the violation of probation and the other one is the yellow cab company, I believe, is suing him. So let's see here. This is the Osceola County Uniform Charging Affidavit, where it just lists the who arrested him and for what, and gives all Jeremy's information here. Out of county Florida warrant, and there's a capias / warrant. I don't know why they put them both together like that, because a capias is a warrant. No bond on this bad boy, and signed and noted. So yeah, remanded to I believe he's sitting in Osceola County Jail right now. It could be sitting in Orange County Jail. I don't know which one. All right, so this is advice to defendant. Osceola County Corrections Department, advice to defendant. I did not read this one. Well, I did not read any of them. Advice to defendant. First appearance. Let's see here. So Jeremy had to read this. I have been advised that the judge will advise me of my charges and the bond, if any, which there probably won't be, which may secure my release, that I'm not required to say anything, and that anything I say may be used against me. Jeremy loves to talk, so you know he's going to say something, and hopefully it's something that they could use against him. That if I am not represented by counsel, so that kind of, I think Amir is still doing this pro bono. I don't know why. He's an idiot as well for doing it, because this is the worst case you can take on. It's a habitual offender that has some gross charges that were put on him in 2004 that would probably get him killed in prison if he was in general population. But let's get on here. I have the right to counsel, and if I'm unable to afford counsel, so this is basically like the Miranda rights. That I have a right to communicate with counsel, family, or friends, and if necessary, means will be provided to enable me to do so. Let's see the next one here. That any waiver of counsel is limited to the first appearance only and shall not be construed to be a waiver of counsel for subsequent proceedings. So he could waive his counsel at the preliminary, but as this goes on, obviously, anybody that, what's the saying? Anybody that represents themselves has a fool for an attorney, but I can see Jeremy doing it. So I am financially able to afford a lawyer. I don't know how, probably from all his insurance scams, and that his name is Amir Ladan. So Amir Ladan is basically getting paid by insurance scams. I waive my right to representation by counsel. I'm financially unable to afford a lawyer. Now he's got Amir Ladan. I hereby state that I may have been notified at the following address is blank because they picked him up. And there's Jeremy's John Hancock right there, and whatever the witness is. It could be any court-appointed person that is there. So there's that one right there, which is very interesting. The second one that we have, if we go back over yonder, so let me see. That was Yellow Cab Company, I believe, that I opened first. And then I went to the Reopen 2020, which is this one right here, which is reopened. Oh, no, I'm sorry. So that was the failure to comply to register. And, yeah, that was all that. And so, all right, so he failed to comply where he was staying. But those are dropped, null prosecute, which means they're not going to prosecute, so no charge. And he was adjudicated guilty for failing to register some of his vehicles, which when you are an ex-offender, you have to let the state know every vehicle that you own by license plate, make, model, and VIN number, which he did not do. I don't know why. He's a total idiot. If he thinks he can get away without doing any of this stuff. So here's this one. This one's interesting. Judge Jeffrey L. Ashton is going to be the one presiding over this. And this is coming up, I believe, either the 23rd or 26th. This is the Yellow Cab Company of Florida, which is the plaintiff. The defendant is going to be Jeremy Dewitte and his business, Metro State Special Services. And the consolidated plaintiff is the Yellow Cab Company of Orlando. Limited liability, also known as, I don't know, because they're both the same, kind of weird. And the attorney for the Yellow Cab Company is Walter Ketchum. Well, I hope they catch him and cook him. But anyway, let's see what we got here. So it looks like we're just going to go to the recent ones here. Uniform order setting case for jury pretrial. Let's scroll through this because I haven't seen it. I haven't kept up as much as you guys have. So let's see here. We're going to breeze through this just to see what the premise of all this is. I already know what it is. This is the one where Dylan hit the cab, brushed along the cab, downed his bike, was slightly injured, and Jeremy said, I'll take this. You just go home, do as I say. I'm going to take this because this is money in my pocket. And Dylan Vogt, his brother, should really stand up and call him out on this shit because he was the one that was hit by the cab. Now, granted, his actions weren't legal. He was flying up the wrong side, well, the right side of the road. And some kind person in the funeral procession decided to let this person make a left turn instead of sitting there for 10-15 minutes, because cabs, time is money. But to Dylan, flying down the highway is fun, so he's going to do that, and he suffered the consequences. All right, so familiarity with this order. Counsel and pro se, unrepresented party shall read this order, be familiar with its contents, and comply with its requirements. Failure to comply with all requirements of this order may result in the imposition of sanctions. Referral to mediation. All right, so they're going to try and mediate this first, to see if they can't settle out of court. That's what number 2 is about. Number 3, trial date. This case is set for jury trial during the 2-week trial docket beginning July 17th, 2023. So the Jeremy Dewitte saga just keeps on giving. We have the January 23rd, January 26th, and now July 17th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. in courtroom 18C at the Orange County Courthouse at 425 Orange Avenue. If any of you folks are down that way and want to see if Jeremy actually shows up for this, or Dylan shows up for this, or whoever shows up for this, if anybody. Trial management conference set for July 10th at 9:30 a.m. Courtroom to be announced. Trial management conference. You will not be allowed in for that. Just the regular trial, the jury trial. Pretrial conference is June 5th. The lead trial counsel and pro se party shall attend a pretrial conference on June 5th, 2023 at 9 a.m. for pretrials. Please use this static video link. Interesting. I wonder if anybody could use that. Well, on June 5th, 2023, we're going to find out. Expert witnesses. They can bring any expert witnesses. Disclosure deadlines test. So they have 120 days. They give you plenty of time. That's why this is so far off, because they can bring in expert witnesses. They'll bring in, I would have to assume that the driver of the cab is going to bring in the person that waved him on to come in and cut through the funeral. So that's all that says. You can bring in expert witnesses. Any expert witness, really, like motorcycle experts, anything like that. Exchange of witness lists and evidence schedules, additional requirements prior for pretrial. So everybody needs to give a deposition and produce all documents. Discuss and attempt to settle the case. So they're going to try and settle the case out of court, which is most likely, I would probably say 75 to 85% of the time, which is what happens. But being that Jeremy has no money, it may go to trial, and Jeremy may be, his wages may be garnished, his insurance fraud claims may be garnished. Who knows? Ronnie is, maybe, because she was complacent in this. Objections not noted or waived. So yeah, this just discusses what is going to happen. This gives instructions for anything that is civil. He's not going to face jail time for this or anything like this. The most he'll get is a fine. So that's kind of boring. We want to see him go to jail, but he's already in jail. So we got depositions here. Let's see here. Plaintiff, Yellow Cab Company, by and through undersigned attorney, will take the deposition by oral examination of the following individual at their office on December. Named Dylan Vote. All right, so they're going to depose Dylan Vote. So Dylan could either lie and say that it was Jeremy riding the motorcycle, or he could tell the truth and throw his brother under the bus. That happened December 28th, 2022, which is just a little while ago, if that happened, which we're going to find out in a second here. Unless they just haven't updated yet. Yeah, they have not updated yet, because they're supposed to have a Zoom meeting with Dylan Vote. Let's see here. Process server to... And they want to bring in Jeremy Dewitte, but he's in jail. So they really can't do that. They can't. Well, I guess they could depose him in jail, That wouldn't be unprecedented for this case, but that's at least Jeremy's worries. All right, so now we're going to go back, and there was a couple other reopened cases here. Where it says status court pending. This one goes all the way back to 12/2/2019. Steady red light failed to yield right away while turning. I'm sure we've seen this on one of Jeremy's videos. Reset hearing on the 20th. So I don't know if they just haven't closed that one. And it may be the same case with this one here. Oh, no, this is the one that was reopened. And this is the one that he's dealing with now. So let's see. Yeah, we read all these. 12/16 out of county violation, probation, community control arrest, initial appearance, which I believe we already read all these. Yep. That's just your order of commitment for the order of probable cause determination. And we've read this one already, which just states that the above defendant was contracted for an arrest for an active warrant out of county, which is Osceola County. It was confirmed the defendant was booked into the Osceola County Jail Orange County impersonation law enforcement. So yeah, there you have it, people. No real news on Jeremy at the moment. But he is being sued by the Yellow Cab Company. They have a lot of money, so I'm sure they could afford good lawyers. So we'll see what happens with that. We're going to stay on top of that, but we're also going to stay on top of... where's it at? No, I can't find it. We're definitely going to stay on top of these two babies right here with Judge Wooten because it's going to be interesting. So he's already had his first appearance. He knows what's coming to him. I don't know Judge Wooten, if he's a hard ass or if he gives people second chances. I have seen in probation where people have gotten second chances, but with Jeremy's record, and if the prosecution, the assistant district attorney, or anybody from because the actual district attorney is not going to show up for this case. It's going to be an ADA. Somebody from the district attorneys. It could be a new person from the district attorney with an intern. Who knows what it's going to be. But what will happen is they're going to... So Jeremy's going to be read everything by the judge. And the prosecution's going to say, hey, we think this person should be remanded because look at his history with probation. He's been on probation 6 times. He's violated 5. He's a flight risk because he wants to obtain a passport under a false name, Brett Solomon. So, yes, he is a flight risk. He has publicly stated that he has a pyramid in Egypt that he owns. So, yes, he is a flight risk, and he could disappear. He could go on the lam, as they say it. Will he run? I don't know. I think his ego will make him stay and try and think that he's better than this. And this is what did he use? This is just a technicality, is how he put it. It is not a technicality. This is serious. He could be facing 4 years. He won't be facing the 80 or however 50 or 80 years. You are only going to face what you were given in probation time. So the most he could face is 4 years. Will he get 4 years? Most likely, I think. I think Judge Wooten's going to give him 4 years, and he'll probably wind up doing 2. He'll get out, be put back on probation, and the cycle will continue because that is the MO of Jeremy Dewitte. All right, well, thanks, guys, for watching. Stay tuned. We're going to have some body cam footage coming up, some interesting stuff. It's all going to be new. It's going to be never seen before footage. So, and I apologize for my phone going off. But, yeah, so stay tuned, guys. I don't put out a ton of videos just because of work. I do work a full schedule, and I am getting busy. I just switched jobs from one place to the other. So I decided to take a 2-day hiatus. just to relax, get a few things done around the house that I've been procrastinating at. And yeah, so and also I'm going to put in more requests for body cam footage. Obviously, that stuff costs money. Right now, I'm putting the bill. Put in the comments if you would like to donate towards body cam footage. It does get expensive. You've seen Fraudy's bills for some stuff. You've seen Police Tube's stuff. And I still got to get worked out my my AdSense. So we'll see what happens. But stay tuned. Hit that like button and leave a comment. Love to hear what you guys say. All right. Well, you guys have yourself a great Tuesday and take care.